as we can see here, this thing is low on cooling. So that is the foundation of this system. We cannot start testing anything that is electric or electromechanical if it doesn't have the base of the system, the foundation, which should be the coolant, should be circulating through everywhere. So we're gonna do that, and I'll bleed the system now, the cooling system out, but I'll bleed it and then go from there, because if that system got air there, they do the same thing, they go up and down. Got the funnel here now, and I replaced the upper radiator hose, was almost blowing. Here we can see this thing was so swelling, and so now we're gonna go and start the vehicle, and we're gonna bleed the system, because when these things got air in the system, they goes up and down the idle too. Normally this is the way how you bleed the system. You get like I did it too much, like a 2000, 2500 to 3000 RPM, something like that. And then you open the heater control all the way to bleed the system, and you maintain some RPM like that when during you have the funnel there, so until it get normal temperature. As we can see now, this thing is still cold, and that way the coolant circulates all over the place when the thermostat opens, and until we don't see any air bubbles coming out anymore on the cooling system. Then after that, I will be checking for the temperature on the I will be checking for temperature here on the all the lines there. Seems like it's misfiring. So I have here the pyrometer here to check for temperature. So I'm checking on the exhaust, 200 and something, like. Okay, so we're gonna check the temperature of the hoses here. So as you can see here on this one, I got 173, and I'm checking right here. So I'm gonna check the other hose, the lower radiator hose, 182. The temperature is pretty similar. So, however, it's very important on those hoses here, because normally what it get plugs is inside there. Inside here they get waxed and they get plugged right there inside, or inside here the idle air control valve. So when that's the case, the temperatures doesn't we got differences in temperature there, so that's when it means we need to clean there, but because those valves were based on temperature, and we can see here 175 right there to the idle air control valve. It's coming out to the fast idle valve here, 180, about the same, 181. Yeah, and then after it's going through the fast idle valve, should be the same temperature, about the same temperature. Okay, so in this case we don't have plugs, anything there. Everything is flowing good on coolant, so these things keep going up and down with the idle. The only thing I have to check is the ECT sensor, the sensor that provides to the computer about the temperature of the engine, and pretty much gonna be it, because otherwise I have nothing more, you know, to check and call for those bulbs. We don't know which one of those bulbs will be messing up, because one is for fast idle, the one with most fast idle will be the one on the right, and the other is a normal air control bulb. Is used on other vehicle, but Honda decided to use two. One when it is cold only, and the other one is all the time, depends on how the load is changing. But as you can see here, I decided to check the temperature there, and also I decided to check, because they never stop the bubbles here, so I decided to check for blown head gasket, but he didn't change this thing. But after a while, it keep messing up and giving me bubbles. Gonna recheck on this car probably later, because I'm pretty much done with what I have to do. I have had the vehicle like about 15-20 minutes running with the bleeder now. It should be already, you know, like good. But what I can see here is I see a lot of little bubbles still coming out of, and I don't like that one, because sometimes that occurs when they have a blown head gasket and combustion gases are passing through the coolant system, and that's why I decided to do this test with a block test. But it is not changing the color of the fluid, but I still do not like it. I don't believe it, because well, I decided to do this first because it was low on the coolant. Second, because the upper radiator hose was almost blowing, so that is telling me there has been some overpressure on the system. However, the block test is not changing, so if this vehicle keeps losing coolant, we will have to use an emission analyzer to check for hydrocarbons, because this only check for CO2, and it's not that accurate like the hydrocarbon machine, you know, like a small machine analyzer, because this thing never wanted to stop doing that. Turn off the vehicle, let it cool down, so that way it was going in, and still doing that. As we can see inside there, we have two ports. One is about 7 o'clock. No, sorry, 6, about 7, and the other one is about what? About 10. When I plug, the one is about 10 is when the system goes down. It's the one is by the throttle body shop. I'll plug that one now. We'll see. ¿Qué? ¿Lo poniendo? ¿Dado? ¿Qué ahí lo poniendo? How the system works. Okay. Got this information from Identifix. And we can see exactly customer concern. And then you can read all of that. I will leave it, you can pause it. You see the author, that one, that guy is pretty good. Everything, you know, he writes for to fix these things is good. And as we can see here, most of the people replace or clean, adjust the fast idle, they said. I don't know how you can adjust that one. I don't know if on the bottom it has something. I haven't played with it. Replace the idle air control valve. Misadjusted reset the base idle screw, so you should never play with that one. Replace intake manifold gasket, so I don't think we're not running lean. I was checking on the auto sensor. Field adjusted engine cooling system, that's the first step I started with. Vacuum, blah blah blah. Okay, so this is the continuation of the fixes, non-fixes. Now we have a description here how the system works, and that is what you can see, you know. Right here you can see I was here when I plugged this one. The one was at like 7 o'clock, something like that. It's coming to the idle air control valve. The one we can see has the connector here. The one open up like this and allow air to pass here through the intake manifold. Okay, so the fast idle is this one. This is the second port. It was by the shaft, by the throttle body shaft. The one we saw there, it was about how much was that one? It was like at 10 o'clock or something like that. So that one is the one goes here to the back. And what caught my attention is this. We have this is the fast idle valve. Oh, maybe here's the adjustment they have. And then it's coming to this valve. We have 3 valves to control that. And you can see a zoom out here of the top of this one. And this is saying remove the cover and plug the center of this valve for step 12. And you see I did that one and it didn't work for me. So it worked when I plug it here. It did work. Okay. So this is the TSB from Honda. And they're telling you how to diagnose the fluctuation here. And they have those 3 valves here. EIC valve, fast idle, and the starting air idle. It's weird, you know, I haven't seen that one before. Okay. Now this is the picture we're looking at before. They're telling you if you suspect on step 7, if you suspect you have vacuum leaks, start pinching hoses one by one and see if the engine, you know, like the stall or the engine start going, it changed the idle, indicating there will be an issue there. Okay. Remove the cover from the fast idle thermal bulb and plug the center of the bulb with your finger while the engine idles. Does the engine stall? Yes, in my case it's no. The fast idle thermal bulb is probably leaking. Before you replace the bulb, check for any of these conditions that can prevent it from closing. Restricted coolant flow, air pockets with bleed the system already, replace the starting air bulb. What? They are sending me to replace the starting air bulb. I removed that one and play with it too. Okay. So I will replace the fast idle bulb. I plug it there and it didn't change, but I did a test on the other bulb. I sealed the other bulb and still it was making the fast idle. So, well, I think that's it. So I will replace it and I will report back. Well, I have the new auto sensor and road test the vehicle and seems like everything is working fine. I got sure out there the pings to check for coils again. So we go key on. And we can see, the check engine light stays on steady all the time when there are no coils. Now I'm gonna disconnect the short out pin and we're gonna see when the check engine light just disappear and stay off while the engine is running.